Hi, my name is Erin Cookston. Thanks for joining me today. This is going to be a great practice that is really focused on restoration and reconnection. So we're going to be using a wall. So I'll need you to move your mat space to a clear wall space for this practice. And then also, if you have a blanket or a towel, just kind of wrangle that in nearby, just in case you need a little bit more support with these postures. Let's dive in. Alrighty, we're going to begin at the wall. So if you haven't already, make sure that your mat is lined up at a blank wall space that you can use for all of these postures. The whole practice, we're going to be utilizing the wall. And just have your blanket or your towel kind of near to you. And to come into this first position, just bring one of your hips about 6 or so inches away from the wall, and then you just gradually recline onto your back and then just swing your legs up to the wall. And again, you want to have some space between your pelvis, your buttock, and the wall. You should not feel like you're flush with the wall. There should be a good amount of distance. And then just take your legs a little bit wider than hips width and allow all your leg muscles, your feet, to just simply relax. So you're really allowing the wall to support the weight of your leg bones. And just once you feel settled, you're going to relax your arms down at your sides. And just go ahead and close your eyes. And once your eyes are closed, see if you can relax all the muscles around the mask of the face. So you're just kind of helping your mind and your body and your nervous system begin a journey of transition, beginning to really slow down, decompress, and ultimately just start to pay a little bit more attention to what is going on beneath the surface of yourself. So just notice your energy level. Notice if there's something on your mind. It's fine, whatever it is. You just want to know it's there. So there's no secrets. There's nothing that you have to overlook or avoid during this practice. You're allowing everything to be a part of. Now just take a couple deep breaths, trying to breathe into the low belly. And just maybe you can feel after a couple deep low belly breaths that the weight of your torso, the weight of your back really sinks down into the support of the ground. And so I want you to just take 2 more breaths, just like this. Wonderful. So go ahead and blink your eyes open, but keep the gaze very soft and relaxed. And then I want you to just bring your legs to center, to about maybe hips width distance, or all the way together if that's comfortable for you. And then once you do that, you're going to flex through both feet. So the backs of the heels are going to stay on the wall, but it's just like you're trying to reach up through the heels. to lengthen through the calf muscles, through the backs of the legs. And just notice how that will kind of help the back of the pelvis and the low back feel a little more heavy, more anchored. And just take another breath like this. Very good. Now you're going to bend your left leg, so you'll bring that left foot to the wall. And then I want you to lift your right leg away from the wall, the heel away from the wall, as much as you can. So if it's possible, you might be able to get that right leg more towards vertical. You may not be able to do that. You may just have to keep the leg a little bit away from the wall. But you're just trying to continue to reach up through the heel of that right foot. Again, the low back and the back of the pelvis are going to anchor down and relax down. And depending on where you are with this, you might just need to relax your arms down, or you may be able to lace the fingers around the back of that right thigh. The left foot is staying on the wall, and it kind of becomes like a kickstand of support, a little bit of leverage to kind of help you get a little bit more sturdiness and length through the back of the right thigh. So wherever you're at, close your eyes. Relax your jaw, relax your neck, relax your shoulders. And take 3 deep breaths. So still trying to breathe into the low belly, trying to move the belly with the breath, but also acknowledging that the benefits of your breath, the effects of your breath are traveling all the way up through the back of that right leg. One more breath. Very good. If you have hold of the back of that right thigh, you're going to let it go so the right leg returns to the wall, the heel returns to the wall. Go ahead and straighten out the left leg to the wall. Flex through both feet. Notice how already your legs feel a little different from each other. And then we'll just continue on to the second side. So you're going to bend your right knee so the right foot goes to the wall. And then as soon as you do that, keep flexing through the heel of that left foot and start to lift the left heel leg away from the wall. And as soon as you do that, you'll feel the low back releasing down. Allow that to happen. Allow that to kind of help you feel supported and relaxed by the ground. And then if you can, you'll hold the back of that left leg with the fingers, with the hands. Close your eyes. And just allow your breath to do that good work of supporting focus in your mind, and more deeply supporting a connection between your focused mind, focused attention, and the space within the body, the space that you're creating within your body. Continue to reach up through the left heel. And just take one more breath. Very good. So we're going to bring the left leg back to the wall. Send your right leg straight, and then just relax the feet, the legs. So no effort, no longer flexing the feet or the ankles. Relax your arms at your sides. Close your eyes. And just notice what you notice. Notice how your feet, your legs feel. And continue on that track, continue on that groove of paying attention, knowing that everything you're aware of is part of your yoga practice. That on your mat is not the place where you need to avoid or ignore or have secrets from yourself. And just stay with me in this moment for another couple breaths. Be patient with that process of relaxation. Like your body really knows what to do. Very good. So we're going to blink the eyes open once again. Keep the gaze soft. Now bend both knees. So the feet are going to go all the way to the wall. And just keep your knees and your feet hips width distance. Allow your shoulders to relax. This is going to be very, very delicate here. You're going to press the soles of the feet into the wall, and I want you to just curl the tailbone up. And that's it. You're not trying to lift very high. Try to allow your shoulders to relax. You're using the wall to support you, so feet are into the wall. You're lengthening the low back by curling the tailbone up. And we're just going to take 3 deep breaths like this. Two more breaths. One more breath. Wonderful. Now slowly allow the spinal column, the pelvis, the low back to drop all the way back down to the ground. Straighten your left leg so that the left heel is resting on the wall. And then we're going to cross the right ankle over the front of the left thigh. As soon as you do this, flex through your right foot. Keep that right foot flexed, and then just very gently now, you're going to start to bend that left knee. So your left foot, maybe once again, can come to the wall. Now, we want to keep the low back and the weight of the pelvis anchored on the ground. So if your tailbone starts to curl up like we just did in the previous posture, then in order to keep it down, you'll have to straighten out that left leg a little bit or scooch yourself away from the wall. So the key to the benefit of stretching the outer right hip and all those muscles that kind of connect in the pelvis and the low back, around the spine and around that right thigh, the benefit here is that the low back and the pelvis can relax and that there's not a lot of effort required through the left leg. So you're finding a place where your left leg can be relatively relaxed. And so if you need to adjust, you can always adjust to preserve and reestablish the comfort of the body. And eventually, as you get settled, as you get situated, there's no rush. You'll close your eyes. Relax your jaw. Relax your face. Notice what's present. Notice where your attention travels. Is it in the body? Is it somewhere in the mind? Is it somewhere off in someplace else entirely? And you just notice what you notice. Notice where your mind goes. And just trust that you will eventually arrive back in your breath. We're going to stay here for a few more breaths. You may notice that the right foot is getting a little tingly. That's okay. That's not a bad sign. If you can, stay with me. 2 more breaths. Last breath. Wonderful. So to transition out of this posture, you're going to straighten out your left leg first, and then you're going to straighten your right leg up to the wall as well. And just take a moment, relax your feet and your legs, allowing the full weight of your legs to be supported by the wall. allowing the full weight of your back and your torso to be supported by the ground. Take another breath. Very good. So we're going to gently switch sides. So this time you're going to bend your left knee, you're going to keep the right leg straight, and then we're going to cross the left ankle over the right thigh and just gently flex through that left foot. Remember, the pelvis, the low back, stays down on the ground. You'll start to delve into that left hip opener by bending the right knee. Again, if your pelvis tilts up away from the ground, you'll need to straighten out your right leg a little bit more so that you do feel that kind of heaviness through the low back. You're anchored, you're grounded. You're not fighting with your body or fighting with your tightness. You're really supporting it. You're really letting go rather than trying to control and change. And again, your attention might kind of flutter through the body. Your attention might kind of flutter in the head and the thoughts and the brain. Your mind might flutter to something else or someplace else. But eventually, the nature of relaxation is that it calls to your mind and your attention to settle on the breath. And so just see if you can trust that you will return to your breath. And that returning to your breath drops you deeper into relaxation and restoration, and ultimately connection to self. So just stay with me here in this moment a little longer. If your left foot is feeling a little bit tingly, that's fine. If you need a break, take a break. But if you can stay, please do. Two more breaths here. To transition, first re-straighten your right leg, uncross your left leg so the left leg also goes straight, and then just relax your feet. Relax your legs. Close your eyes. Clear breathing. So if the eyes are closed, gently blink the eyes open. You're going to start to take your legs, your feet, as wide as you can, kind of wide like a V. And if you feel like you're a little bit too far away from the wall, you can, for this posture, you can scooch your pelvis, your body, a little bit closer to the wall. You don't need to do that though. Likewise, if you feel the legs are a little bit crowded at the wall, you can always scoot your body a little bit away from the wall to give your legs, your hamstrings, a little bit more space. So you're just taking your legs as wide as they feel they can go without a lot of strain, without any tension, hopefully. And you just try to relax your legs. So allow the wall to support you, allow the ground to support you, relax your arms comfortably down, and just close your eyes. And really the process is always the same with these postures, where you just want to allow your attention to travel wherever it feels pulled organically. And that seems counterintuitive when we're trying to focus, but we're trying to create focus that is not based on control and a gripping. We're trying to create focus based on allowing and accepting and being present with the body and the mind and the energetic system as they are, and trusting that the body will eventually relax. And that feeling of relaxation lures the mind to the breath, lures attention into that process of relaxation, and that this is something natural that happens. It is not something you have to force or work towards. And so let's just allow ourselves to be in this moment, to be in this posture, to be quiet, and trust the body to do what it does best, which is take good care. Take a deep breath. And then just slowly, one at a time, you're going to bring your right leg back to center. Bring your left leg back to center. Pause for a moment. Relax your feet, relax your legs. Allow your body to readjust. Very good. So go ahead and blink your eyes open if they're closed. You're going to once again bend the knees so that the feet are on the wall. And now I want you to reach for your blanket or your towel, whatever you're using, and you're just going to have it kind of nearby. And just like we've done before, you're going to slowly lift your pelvis up, and then you're just going to slide that blanket or that towel underneath your pelvis, so that when you lower your hips, your pelvis, and your low back down, probably the edge of the towel or the blanket is going to be kind of filling in that space at your low back. Your pelvis will be supported and just like ever so slightly elevated, which should feel pretty comfortable. If it does not feel comfortable, then just forget I said that, and you're just going to move the blanket out of the way and stay on the mat. But once you get the blanket in place, if you're still with me, then you're going to straighten out your legs once again. Relax your feet, relax your legs. Rest your arms at your sides, palms face up. Close your eyes. And just see if maybe one final time for this practice today, allow your attention to go freely and naturally where it needs to travel. It might be somewhere in your body, it might be a sensation-based kind of attention. You might be on a thought, kind of humming on a thought in your mind, churning. You might be focused on something outside, a sound, a stimulation, a past experience, a memory, anything. You want to allow your mind to go where it feels it needs to go. Notice where that is consciously. And also trust the process. That relaxation, that restoration are natural to the body. That it is not something that you have to do. That it's something you eventually just start to pay attention to. And so as your body relaxes, as your nervous system starts to unravel, your mind, your attention will return to the rhythm of your breath. So just be aware of the gentleness of your breath. And just gently wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. From here, we're going to very slowly bend the knees. So you're just going to slide your feet kind of down the wall, and then just very gently allow your knees, your legs, to drop to the left. So you're kind of shifting onto the outer left hip. And just take a gentle breath. And then we're just going to slowly rock onto our backs once again. Your toes will kind of brush up against that wall as you shift the legs to the right, and you just let the weight kind of drop to the outer right hip. Stay to the right. You're going to roll over so that that left arm can just meet the right arm, so you're now just lying on your right side. And then carefully, using your left hand for support, you're going to start to sit yourself on up, and we're just going to come to sit on that blanket or on that towel if it's still on your mat. So just come to sit in a cross-leg position so that you're right on the edge of that lift. And just notice that you can sit with a little bit more attention and ease. That you can relax and sit up tall and be aligned. We'll bring the palms together. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Take it easy, and I'll see you next time.